any confusion on Taylor's theory and Maslow's theory?
No, I noted it down like roughly in my own words last lesson. This lesson we're just gonna like look at the
Mm-hmm.
last theory. And then once we're done with the class, I'm gonna open my textbook and make like the technical notes so I can study everything together.
Yeah. Perfect. Lovely. So, the last theory in this chapter is Herzberg's two-factor theory. Okay. So, Herzberg two-factor theory. All right. So the two-factor theory focuses on where Herzberg, this motivational theorist, says that there are two factors that
Yeah,
are important. Uh-huh.
aren't they like hygiene factors and like something else,
Yeah,
motivators?
the motivators.
Yeah.
So the hygiene and the motivator. Now, this hygiene is not the physical hygiene. Okay? It's
Like the
it's
basic.
your yeah, it's just what he basically said about the hygiene factor is that these are the things that should just exist. It shouldn't be such a big deal. It shouldn't be something that really excites somebody. It's just something that is rightfully, should be rightfully present for an employee. It should just exist, right? So something like, I'll give you a scenario. You go to school and you go in the classroom and the aircon is not working. Is it going to bother you? It's a class full
Yeah.
of 100 students. You lot just came back from PE. The aircon is not working. It's gonna bother you, right?
Yeah.
So what Herzberg said that things like working conditions, for instance, the absence of the AC, the absence of the hygiene factors can lead to dissatisfaction. But the presence will have no effect at all, right? The the if so, let's say if you go to class and the aircon is working, are you gonna suddenly start studying extra? You'll be like, oh my god, the AC is working. I'm gonna study extra today. Would
No,
that
I
be the
guess
case?
just the bare minimum.
Right, is the bare minimum exactly. Um, so that's what he said. So if the hygiene factors are not there, it leads to dissatisfaction, right? However, the motivators are actually the presence of these are actually what leads to job satisfaction and actually motivation. So now we're at the point where Taylor said money is important, salaries and wages is important. Where Maslow said, physiological needs, food, shelter, water, those are your motivator factors. Herzberg said that your basic salary, your an organization that pays a fair wage or gives you a salary falls into the hygiene factor. So getting my salary on time on the first of every month is not going to be motivating for me. I'll just be like, okay, fine, salary's here, bye bye. But if I get my salary on the 19th of the month, like towards the end, the absence of punctuality in my salary or getting my salary, it's going to demotivate me. So the absence leads
Yeah.
of hygiene factors leads to demotivation, but the presence does not have any effect at all. Another hygiene factor that he said was working conditions. Again, the working conditions, having decent lighting, a place to sit to be able to work, having a laptop, computer device, these are again your bare minimum, right? Providing job security, again, is the bare minimum. It falls in the hygiene factors. However, he said the motivating factors were um, getting working in a getting rewards and recognition. So when your employees are rewarded and they're recognized for their hard work, they're motivated to continue performing well. For instance, have you ever been to Pizza Hut or McDonald's and seen like there's a photo frame with a photo of an employee and it says Employee of the Month?
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
ever come across that?
yeah,
I've seen one at Pizza Hut, yeah. So, that is a motivator factor, right? Employee of the Month schemes, motivating factors, right? Offering opportunities to employees for growth and development, right? Providing so growth and development, nobody eventually, no matter how amazing your salary is, or no matter what amazing organization you're working with, if you don't get um, job enlargement, a promotion, growth, opportunities, new exposure, you're going to get bored of your job. So when employees are given opportunities to learn new skills and advance in their career, they're motivated to continue working because they know that, it'll be a sense of motivation, a sense of accomplishment for them to kind of grow in an organization. For instance, so if you're set in a place, a 3-year growth plan, it helps you reach your full potential, right? So let's say 3 years, by the end of 3 years, you'll get promoted to the head of department or so and so. So it kind of gives you that willingness and the motivation to actually work hard because you know that this is your target, right? Um, Another one is providing challenging work which kind of requires problem solving. So, giving challenges to employees, right? So when employees are, when they're given challenges, they explore or discover their own abilities. They're able to use their own skills and abilities, which also not only just motivates them to perform well, but also helps them discover a new side of them, which is again a sense of satisfaction. Does that make sense?
yeah. Are there any like advantages or disadvantages of like each theory?
Every theory is going to have its own advantages and disadvantages, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go over those. Any question on this? This is done.
No, I feel it's clear.
Okay. So at the end of the day, Herzberg said that improving the motivator factor.
Oh, also sorry.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Did I inform you about the marks I got for my mocks?
No.
Hello.
Yes.
Wait, did I already inform you?
No, you did not.
Oh yeah, I got all sevens, all three papers.
Very nice. Okay, that's nice. That you said it like without an emotion. I got all sevens.
Yeah, because now I have to get sevens again. It's exhausting.
Oh my days. Now you'll have to get sevens again, of course. I mean, you've got it once now. It's gonna be a piece of cake for you, right?
Yeah, like only three people in the entire year 12 got it because the paper, they said it was hard. It was all past papers. That's why I was laughing when I saw the paper because we had breaks in between the papers. And for paper three, if you go on Think IB and you open the paper three examples, I just went through the mark scheme and understood like how to write a paper three. It was the exact same one. So
Yeah, I
like,
remember the past papers you were talking about, and you even showed me the
yeah,
past paper that came. Yeah.
the questions we did, remember the questions we did?
Yeah,
Um, I incorporated the things that you edited, like being more onto the point and putting like more like business specific vocabulary.
yeah.
So I did that, but they made the questions even easier. It was like
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like define a private limited company, like And then it was something like that, I'm not sure. But I got full marks for the first, like the 4 mark. There was, I think, two 4 markers. I got 4 out of 4 for both of them. The 6 marker, I lost 1 mark because I didn't give like an example. And for the 10 marker, I got like I think an 8 or a 9. So I got a 7 on that paper.
All right.
The one that we
Okay. I
did.
mean, you should be happy. Celebrate. Say it with some
No, I need to do
emotion.
it again.
Say it with an emotion. You're like, you've become a zombie chasing all the things.
I have no option.
It's concerning. Alrighty. So Herzberg two-factor theory. Any questions on this? Do you want to note this down?
Yeah, I was just gonna see if I could note it down, but no, I don't
Yeah.
have any
Okay.
questions.
Before you note it down, I'll just sum up the entire theory for you. Okay. So
Yeah.
Hasbrook's theory, it suggests that there are two factors, two types of factors that affect your employee motivation and job satisfaction. We've got hygiene factors and we've got motivators, right? Your hygiene factors are those elements that do not necessarily, they don't have to necessarily lead to job satisfaction, but um, their absence can lead to dissatisfaction, which, of course, will decrease your motivation, right? For instance, having a poor team to work with in your workplace or having a poor work culture, that can be dissatisfying. Um, Meanwhile, your motivators are those elements that lead to job satisfaction and motivation. For example, getting a job enrichment, job enlargement, more responsibility. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll pause the recording and I'll let you write it. Okay. So with Taylor's theory, his approach said money is the only motivator and give employees peace rate, blah blah. That has a major advantage. Why? Because it increases efficiency. Why? Because you're paying employees by per unit. So when you pay them per unit, the production is going to increase, right? And when you adopt the scientific management method of finding the most efficient and the best manner to do something, it also increases your efficiency. Those are two obvious advantages. Apart from that, it also allows the business to gain specialization of labor. Why? Because every employee has been given a task of their own and they're working on that. And when there's specialization, um, there's less wastage. When employees are doing the same thing over and over again, they become expert at it. So there's no or very less room for error. So that again increases your efficiency and productivity, right? And it also, because you are kind of working on creating efficiency, the organization is obviously going to focus on um, training the employees in the most efficient manner. So improved training facilities and opportunities, right? However, the however part here is that not everybody, not everyone is motivated by money, right? When employees are treated like robots and when they're doing the same thing over and over again, they might also get bored because of the repetition of the task, right? And that may lead to disengagement from the workers from the work because they'll feel, they're doing the same thing over and over again. They'll feel like robotic. It can get demotivating, right? Apart from that, there is also potential for exploitation at this use at this with this approach, where employees, you're trying to kind of getting a lot of work out of people. So some people might be desperate for money and they might, work extra hard just for that, uh, because you're getting unit pay. It could lead to exploitation where an employee may do or produce or work harder than their actual physical ability. That could lead to exploitation. So there is exploitation that is possible as well. Exploitation of employees. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we talk about Maslow's advantages, disadvantages, again, with Maslow, a major advantage is that higher employee satisfaction. Why? Because we understand that employees and human in general have multiple needs. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you in the last class is that if you as an employee have reached anywhere above, it does not mean that you're not going to fall back down. So, for instance, in the year 2019, you were the employee of the month. Which need have I fulfilled here?
Employee of the month is esteem needs.
Very good. And in 2020, the pandemic hit, and about 150 employees got fired from your floor or your department. Where have you fallen back to now?
You have what do you mean like fallen down to?
So you,
I think
you
safety and security.
exactly, yes. So you may have been at, at the top. You might have made your way towards the top of the hierarchy and achieved your esteem needs, but that does not mean that you cannot fall back down. So your esteem needs were fulfilled, but now after the pandemic hit, you have fallen back down the hierarchy and now you lack your basic security needs, right? So it's not necessary that you make your way to the top and keep going to the top. You can fall back down as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Another advantage of Maslow's hierarchy of need is that it focuses on increased motivation, where businesses they can motivate their employees by offering them incentives that align with their specific desires. So the align with their their needs. It's not necessary. Let's say Taylor's drawback was that that not everybody can be motivated by money, but some might be motivated by money. But Maslow's hierarchy of needs understands that different people may be at different levels of hierarchy. Maybe Bob is here, but Tim is here. Sam is here, but Sarah is here, right? Understanding that every individual has different needs and the hierarchy aligns with different needs of employees, right? And because um, employees, when they will feel valued, it will lead to better employee performance. At the end, and then, however, a disadvantage is that um, motivating all these employees, it's going to be time consuming because in Taylor's method, it was a very universal way method, right? But this one is on various different opportunities, different desires, personal growth, different expectations of different employees that can be time consuming and it can be expensive. Make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And advantages, disadvantages for this would also be similar for Herzberg theory that, and it can be expensive to train employees. It can be time consuming to identify different needs for every employee. And then again, an advantage for Herzberg would be that another disadvantage for Herzberg would be that it's limiting to specific a list of motivators. There could be various things that are outside of that list as well, right? So it limits to satisfaction and dissatisfaction, right? It could there are some people in between as well. Maybe there are some people who might be satisfied with money and basic salary because they might not have been getting that at the workplace. So um in general, Herzberg's theory is, and Maslow's has pretty much the same advantages, disadvantages, so it kind of overlaps. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is it. We're done with, I think this was 2.3 or 2.4. Uh,
This is 2.4.
2.4. Yeah,
Yeah.
2.4 done. All right. So we're done with 2.4. In the next class, we'll do the next topic. All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
No worries. See you. Bye bye.